Welcome. This is Barry Jones from the Angel School, and we're here for our weekly angel reading for September 2nd through the 8th, 2019. And so let's take a deep breath together. And just allow yourself to relax and to feel connected to your heart space as you breathe. And as you tune in, really tune into the frequency of light that is flowing within you. Now they're writing out the word gold. So tune into this golden spectrum of light, the ascension spectrum of light, the consciousness of the Christ consciousness. Tune into this ray, this bandwidth of ascension, of equality, of divine rights and agreements. Tune in to this new frequency of alignment in which there are new principles and rules and understandings. And allow yourself to be immersed in this light as you just breathe in this ray, this bandwidth into your cells of your body. And let it just expand into your aura, your energy fields, all the layers of yourself, of your being. And allow it to fill the space where you are so that everything within you and around you is now operating through this frequency of consciousness, being aware of the new information that this brings, the new perspective and insights, and being very much aware that by encountering this and inviting this bandwidth into your life, that you are now changing the rules of what's expected of you and what is expected to happen for you. Being aware that you're enacting a new level of mastery and of spiritual power that is now within your grasp, and it is holding you to a whole new level of integrity. And do not expect perfection. There will be bumps on this road as it allows you to refine your spiritual essence, to refine your goals, to refine your blueprint of well-being. So this is the writing out the Fool, which is this is like a new fool's journey in the tarot, meaning that it's like leaping into the unknown. And this is why they were writing the very first words that I was seeing was faith. A leap of faith is what you have now. A leap of faith is what is now required of you. And they're writing something about language and the lungs. So I feel like what they're saying symbolically is that you will need to really focus on your breath and almost breathing more consciously and breathing more completely and fully, as this will influence a shift in the kind of language that you will express. So if you can just get a glimpse of that for a moment, when we don't breathe fully, it doesn't allow us the time for our thoughts to collect and for us to draw upon inspiration information that will shift the whole dynamic of the conversation you're about to have. And so with the more shallow breaths, you are actually only accessing more aspects of your ego. And with the full breaths, you will be accessing inspiration, spiritual wisdom, and guidance, which will allow you to change the outcome in all the ways that you express yourself and in all of your actions. So really, as energies are very intense right now, and they're going to be, because that's the volatile aspect of change that is a powerful creative force, and a force of change that is evolving and tailoring itself to higher bandwidths of love that you deserve. These volatile changes are allowing you to meet your goals and your purpose with more clarity, with more integrity, and more authenticity. They're writing the word great. Your purpose, your path is great. But don't underestimate the variety or the various levels at which greatness can function. It can function as the most extraordinary, sort of almost what you and I perceive the word miraculous to mean, as in something sophisticated, or it can be, greatness can be the most simplistic, subtle, gentle, intimate connections. It doesn't have to be messy for it to be on a path of greatness. Meaning, we don't have to have a lot of drama or a lot of hype around us or pointed toward us, spotlighting us, highlighting us, in order for us to have a purpose that is great. So they're writing the word assignments, and they're showing me a lamp, and the lamp was lit. And now I'm seeing a lamp that is not lit. But some of you are, with the lamps on, maybe some of you are aware of your assignments. And some of you may not be aware of your assignments. Now they were showing me a bow that turned into sort of a butterfly. And bows represent rewards. And the butterfly, that transformation. So I was getting a sense about, if you don't know, pay attention to where the rewards are flowing for you, which pay attention to what is rewarding to you. Not just rewards as in you getting something tangible in your hands, but rewards as in that thing which is so rewarding for you that it fulfills you, it nurtures you, it captivates you. It gives you a sense of purpose. It ignites your faith. So be aware of that if you are sort of in denial about what your purpose is. Because what happens often is that there is something that is rewarding to us, but it is not what we want. And so we look for what we want and it is not there, because the thing that is best for us, or the thing that will maybe lead there to what we desire, is what's in front of us right now, what is rewarding us in this very present moment. And not to ignore that the good that comes to us, the opportunities that come to us, as a way of the universe guiding us along through this unfolding changes. And what the universe is always trying to do is help you. They keep showing me this tree in front of I feel like it's like right in front of my path, as if I know I'm standing here, but I feel like I'm walking and it's just always coming here. And what they're trying to do is, the purpose of this is to help you to always find connection with your inner being, to find connection with that higher frequency, that higher bandwidth of opportunities and choices, to help you to be in alignment with your truth, with your purpose. And what if for a moment we stop looking for a specific thing and let that purpose also align with truth, so that maybe your truth is more closely associated with finding your truth, meaning being aware of where you feel in alignment, where you feel that you are in harmony, where you feel that you are inspired most. So this is something that we really have to pay attention to. I'm just going to, because I just saw this angel number 287 in the midst of that conversation. Okay, interesting. Another number about, I think we had the previous number the week before, but not quite sure. 287, it says, everything you're doing is helping to increase your financial flow. Keep going. You kind of get that, right? It's that first part of it. Everything you're doing is helping. Everything you're doing is helping. And so that's what they're really talking about. It's like, don't dismiss the rewarding things just because it feels like you're not getting what you want and you want what you want, or you feel that because you're not getting what you're wanting that you're doing something wrong. It says everything you're doing is helping. Everything you're doing is helping. Just remember that part, if you can't remember the rest of it, to increase your financial flow. Keep going. Everything you're doing is helping. So that means don't give up just because things right now don't feel or look the way they should. Don't give up. Don't get discouraged. They're writing the word growing. Like, I feel like things are growing, you are growing. See, this is the more important part. Because the first thing you want to have happen within you, that you grow, so that when within you, whatever grows within you is going to be then that which grows outside of you. So you don't want everything to grow around you first and you're behind in your growth, because then that is how the things around you will then fall to that level that you have grown. So you want to make sure that you have grown within, and you don't have to worry about upholding that or maintaining that outside of yourself, other than continuing to grow within, and then thereby expanding and uplifting that which is out around you. Okay, let's take a look at the cards for this week. I don't know why I just saw the word replacement. But it could be that you're looking, or you're hoping to, as I see the word hope, to be able to replace something. I can almost feel like, maybe you just have, maybe you have just a small goal, like you just want to replace this, and maybe you want to get something else in its place, and you're hoping to be able to do that, or you're hoping to be able to just maybe like change a department, or like if it's work, or just you're looking for some kind of exchange. And so let's see as we go on. All right. So we have Archangel Raphael, and it's interesting because in my meditation he came through among some others. So I didn't realize he was going to be speaking to us in this reading. Now, this card is speaking about a healthy lifestyle, and it talks about eating a healthy diet here, getting adequate sleep, and exercise regularly for optimal health. So I'm going to start with that because these things are very important, and most of us ignore them. And I think we should think about these things as sort of elements, chemical elements that play a role in our health and our healthy outlook, our perspective, the way we think. I know that like certain foods, if they make you feel bad, or they can make you sort of, I don't know why I'm saying this, but even depressive. I mean, I don't know that specifically in my own head, but that's what they're writing out. Some certain things, or certain lack of things. I know, for instance, when I don't exercise, it just really plays with my mind. Like I really start having these low thoughts, like, just started feeling sort of low moods and sort of out of sorts and depressive in a way, right? You just feel that way. And eating certain foods also causes that reaction, or things just to feel sort of less hopeful. And so you want to be, and not get enough sleep will create all kinds of imbalances. So it's about being aware of these things and how they create imbalances within us. And they're writing the word irresponsibility. So they're not directing that comment at you so much as that you, if you're experiencing this kind of thing, it's because you don't have a balance of these elements in your life. And also then people in our lives, the lifestyle is everything. A healthy lifestyle is about the people in our lives, and I've been seeing that word a lot. And before I started the video in my meditation. So for some of you, this may be really about recognizing that you need to change your relationships, that they're not healthy, that they really weigh on you physically. And I think that's why this card is coming up, because it's about these relationships that are creating these imbalances, these weird dynamics within your, and they disrupt that connection with your inner being, and they put you in a place of being vulnerable, wherein you keep worrying, and creates a lot of stress and anxiety, and all that's breaking down on the body, and you're feeling more and more exposed to harm, to threats, and some of this could be literal, and some of it could just be the way you process, and it feels like you're always under attack or under threat, like you never get a break, like there's always a bomb you're expecting to go off in your day, because of the different relationships, of family and friends, people who, suddenly calling you about this and or that, and it's all drama, and it's starting to really like play a huge role as so these reactions within you are always triggered. So like they're just showing me sort of a sign, like a sort of like you would see it like a race or something. It's sort of like here we go, here's the red flag, is what they're trying to tell me. So there's like this red flag. These are the red flags that you need to pay attention to, and you need, and also, when you're worried like this, it takes away from you focusing on eating healthily. You start eating things to help you cope with the emotional drama, instead of eating to help your body to be responsive and agile, and in all those positive ways. You can't get enough sleep because you're worried, and so these things you want to really pay attention to. These are the things that are not on that new bandwidth, and you've got to let people go, and you've got to let them deal with their own drama, let them struggle with that drama, because they can't keep bringing it to you. They can't keep bringing it to you. So they're writing the word earthquake, which makes me feel like, things are going to shake up a bit for you, in the foundations, and that you want to deal with this now, while what when you're in a place where you know what you should be doing. And they're writing the word dragon. So I'm not sure which dragons, but would be appropriate for helping you with this. But you may want to work with the fire dragons to kind of come in and help you. And if you ever pick up Dinah Cooper's dragon oracle cards, like I'll just show you the box here. This deck is like, for me, every day it's been the most helpful of any oracle cards I've worked with. But this is the fire dragon here, and what the fire dragons can do is help you to clear away all of anything that is not that's no longer serving you. And in your past, it will go into the past and past lives and really just sever those connections. So you may want to just call on the fire dragons, and call on your own personal dragons to help you just sort of clear and release. So really want to just let go, clear out these energies. So I'll just take a moment to just call in fire dragons for all of you who are watching, and give permission, and just ask the fire dragons, give them permission to clear your space, and to go deep, because they can go really, really deep, deeper than the angels even for this, because the angels sort of operate at a higher frequency, but they can go really deep, and those dense places where the energy is very stagnant, and we're just not able to release and let go those things that we're stubbornly holding on to, the drama and the relationships that we keep, being wishy-washy, like I'm fed up one day and then you're back to just taking it again. And the fire dragons can really help you get in there and get into the patterns that have created these rigid cords from your past or past lives, and just give it permission to just really burn all that up, to dissolve. That's the word they were showing me before I began. To dissolve. We're asking them to dissolve these patterns that you are almost fated to. They wrote the word fate. That you're almost fated to, and that these patterns that are interrupting, they're writing the word fortune, that are just creating this disconnect from the fortune you deserve, the fortune you've already amassed. And by doing so, you are recognizing that you're aligning with this fortune now and asking it to come to you now in all the forms of greatness that is aligned with you, and it is of your own deserving. And so it is. All right, so let's take a look at the cards for the beginning of the week. Okay, my little perfectionist thing is getting the best of me right there. And I had this card in another deck come up for me this week, the Eight of Water. And this is about moving on. This is just plain and simple. You've recognized that, and it's all these 8 cups. It's about, it could either be represent for some of you everything that you've been going through in this particular relationship or in this particular situation in your life. These cups could represent the different people, the different situations that follow this pattern in your life. But whatever it is, you're not taking any of it with you anymore. You recognize that you need to leave it all behind and you need to move forward. And you're drawn, you feel it within, your own inner light is lit up, and it's almost like a magnet just drawing you in another direction. But don't resist that. Don't fight it. Go with it. Accept it. Embrace it. I feel like some of you, because I've seen the word earthquake again, you need to get out of it there, get out of this before the next thing falls, meaning the next bit of drama unfolds. So if you have that sense of urgency, do not backslide. Sorry, but that's what you do. Do not backslide. Keep moving one foot in front of the other and put an end to this by no longer associating and no longer being a part of it. Okay? So trust this desire to move on. Trust a desire to move on to something more meaningful. You're ready to grow spiritually and emotionally. It's not going to happen as long as you're in this situation. It's not healthy. Okay? Archangel Raphel, the Hermit card. So this is about you. Again, you need some time to yourself for a while. So I get the sense like you may not want to be alone, or you're afraid of being alone, or you're afraid of being without whatever you get out of this situation, like whatever comforts you get, or whatever unhealthy stability, securities that you get. They just wrote the word expression. But maybe for some of you, this is about something else, and it's about self-expression, and maybe you're not comfortable, like you're in this comfort zone, and it's easier for you, but you're afraid more to be out there, to be more vocal, to have the more freedom to express yourself. It's something along these lines. It's about expression. For some of you, it could be like you're just in this drama because it's distracting you from doing something that your soul wants to express at this moment. That's more closely to what is the reality of what I'm trying to say. And they write in the word decrease. It's like, the longer you stay in this, the less chances you have of actually expressing this. Okay? So don't be afraid to be independent as a hermit, to be sort of have this time period of where you just need some time alone. Maybe you, as a sort of a way to kind of get used to this, you just block off some time, and or when this drama comes up, it depends on how what the situation is. It's sort of like, it's a job or relationship you're in, and you're always together and it's always in this drama. Just say I can't today, I gotta go a couple of hours, I gotta go do this, and just go somewhere and spend time. Go to the library or a bookstore or a cafe, or go to the beach or wherever, and just be with yourself, and journal and see what how you feel. Just to not be in that drama, just to have the experience of what it's like to not be in it. So it's to prepare yourself to really let this go. To know that you can trust yourself and that you'll be fine without this is one regard of sort of getting about how to use the hermit energy in this way. It's a time for you to self-discovery. So when you give yourself some time alone outside of this situation, you give yourself a chance to discover other things about yourself. If it's a job situation, go give yourself some time, like, take some time off, or, go explore, look at, see what else is out there. Or on your time off, see what other jobs are out there that are available. Go check them out. See if this is something that would be a great opportunity for you to start thinking about, so you can move on. Like, find that direction you need. All right. Let's see. It's coming up for the end of the week, and we have the Queen of Water. Why do I feel like we just saw this card? I don't know if I know it was a daily reading, but I can't remember. It was last week in our reading. I can't remember. But so this card, the Queen of Water, is your ability, your empathy, your ability to have empathy with others, and to get sort of caught up. You want to heal, you want to help them. And this is how we kind of get drawn into the drama, because we have this oversensitivity, we have this over the need to mother others, and to, like, we can save them and help them move through everything, when what we really need to do is take care of ourselves. We have this sensitivity, this gift, this awareness that helps us to tap into the truth, helps us to know what our roles are and what they should be, and what they should not be. And so you need to use this gift more when you can feel that talking to this person is going to fall on deaf ears, excuse me. And so, or death, yeah. So why engage? You can't help them. You will be able to feel when their hearts are open. And that's when you know that you have a purpose, because hearts have to be open on both sides, or on all sides, in order for you to fulfill your purpose or your assignment. So if you don't feel hearts open on all sides, not just your side, then you need to step away. You need to let that flow on down the river and let that drama and all that are engaged in it, let them duke it out. It's not your responsibility. The angels are writing out. Okay? So you learn how to take care of yourself and be more in control of your feelings, ground your feelings in the sense that you pay attention to when to nurture and when not to. Because when you're not supposed to, you are allowing them to figure things out. And it's never that we're supposed to be there, but we can be a light to light others' ways just by being who we are and being true to ourselves and honoring ourselves. That is how they really will get it from you. Okay? So it's like, she has to pay attention to her own heart. She has to pay attention to desire, where her heart is taking her. And that means that she needs some time to be with herself. People like this queen especially, who gets so deeply involved in everyone's life emotionally, this is not healthy. And she needs always, that is he or she, always needs a balance of time to themselves. So if you're giving a lot of time to other people, can you make that a lot of time up and give it back to yourself? Because there's only been so many hours in a day, but but where the hours sort of find balance is by the person who makes the choice. And you have to make the choice to not allocate your time foolishly, for lack of a better word. You have to be wise about how you allocate your time to making sure that there's enough time, an appropriate amount of time for this, appropriate amount of time for this, etc., etc. And not allowing boundaries to be skewed, and so that this thing takes up more time, it goes over, and you don't say, sorry, this is all the time I have. Okay? Now let's take a look at the card I've pulled from the bottom. So we have another queen. And it's the Queen of Fire, the Queen of Wands. And, the Queen of Wands is, you can think of her as sort of the social butterfly. The person who's sort of brings life to the space. She's creative, she's brilliant, she's good with people, and and it's sort of the opposite. I mean, the Queen of Water, it takes a lot of effort for her to engage and be, take in a room full of people. She likes to do things kind of quietly behind the scenes. She likes to be involved, but quietly behind the scenes. She likes to rule her authority, but from quietly behind the scenes. This queen is definitely like out there, and she has no problems, standing in front of a room and just, all attention, all of it on her. And so the thing is that, what is this card telling us in terms of what to pay attention to? What's the underlying theme here or message? And that is, as it says, don't underestimate yourself. Don't be afraid and to explore. Don't be afraid to change the dynamic here. You're not stuck in this pattern. You can shift this whole thing for yourself. You just need to think creatively and really unleash yourself. You can see how that dragon is coming out of her cauldron. She's unleashing herself. She doesn't suppress, she unleashes. So there's something that you need to let out within yourself. You need to nurture this. You need to cultivate it like the queen's energy. Okay? So I send you lots of love and angel blessings, and thank you all for joining me this week. If you're looking for an angel reading, you can contact me at theangelschool.com, which is in the description link below this video, as well as you can join us for the daily card messages on my Facebook page. That link is there as well, and there's a Twitter link where you will be able to get both access to both of these. Well, not my website so much, but the Facebook card messages. So God bless you all, and have a wonderful Labor Day weekend as well.